Hello again. Yep, sorry about that. Right, should all be sorted. There shouldn't be any more visitors at the door whilst I'm recording these episodes. Well, there might be, but we'll see. So, right, I had a little think to myself whilst I was away about the strategy we need to pursue to conquer these final thrones. Now, judging on that last battle, we are going to be taking quite a lot of casualties fighting the Medians. Now, if we just look at what our spies can see so far, there's about 50 men here, another 60 there, so that's already over 100. They have a fairly sizable force, mostly terracotta soldiers as well, which our flame arrows are not going to be very effective against. Sitting around here in Fogic. There's 150 there. Vongar has another 60, and Muspel itself has another 50. And there are four fortresses in this vicinity. So they'll be able to reinforce their men quite quickly, as well as already having templed up all these lands. Which means their Dominion is going to be quite powerful as well. So, I think our best bet for attaining victory and securing those final thrones is securing Green Waters, Underhome, and the Lake Fortune. Now, Lake Fortune is still owned by neutrals, and so is Underhome, so it shouldn't be that difficult to attack. Which means we will still need a fairly large force to assure victory. But we won't need to gather up potentially thousands to push through the Medians in a rather long conflict into Muspel. My other thought was to secure Green Waters and march down into Fanligia down here and capture this one, because it is a level 3 throne. However, there's over 200 units, the Titan of Heaven, and a lot of flying units. So yeah, that would be a difficult conquest as well, without some kind of, well, yeah, we would need quite a large force for that as well. So I think our best bet is securing this ring of sea around here. Around this island in the centre, and pushing on Lake Fortune. That will give us our last 2 points that we need. So, carrying on with the turn, we have a few spies. We have one of our Seaborn spy. We'll move him into Underhome just to get an idea of the kind of defenders here, because it might be that Underhome is actually a level 2 throne. It could be the Throne of Life. We're not sure. So we'll take a look at the kind of garrison there, and then we'll have a better idea, because it could be possible that we capture Green Waters and then just push through the Median land, or the Median coast here, and then straight into Underhome. But we'll have to see. Right, continuing on with the rest of our mages, we've got Deathlight over here. I believe he was just creating revenants, so we will have him create some more, because we're going to need plenty of revenants. This new revenant we have here, I would like to give him a skull staff so that we can create more revenants and more skull staves, basically. To do that, Deathlight might have to forge a skull staff just to start with. So we'll have him forge one instead, and we'll have Uftrak research. Right, heading through our other commanders. Tok here, I believe, was just going around building temples. Right, you don't need all these troops, so we'll drop them off. And Tok can move. Where do we want Tok? Now, building some temples in Green Waters might be a good idea, so We'll give you an Amulet of Ruby and Sapphire, which should give them water breathing, yes. And move Tok over to the coast. So we'll move him into Saltnaham and then into Green Waters next turn. Harambe is going to... well, first we'll change Harambe's spells back over to Water Strike. And then we will... We just got a lab up here, so I don't think we can construct a temple, but we'll have Harambe go back to research. Maybe cast a ritual spell. And now that we own the water, we could in fact... Children of Tiamat. Now the Children of Tiamat are quite strong. The Child of Tiamat. We get 3 of them for 6 water gems. How many water gems do we have? 84, and we're gaining 9 per month. So I think what we'll do is we will have Harambe just start summoning us some reinforcements. Start summoning us Children of Tiamat. And they're quite strong. Right. Now, I believe you were one of our Pyre casters. Pyre of the Frozen Flame? Yeah, Pyre of the Frozen Flame. I'm not sure we need more of that, so we're going to move both of these mages. Do we need to move them? Could have them set to research. No, we need more. We need more mages ready to. I don't think they get water breathing with the bracelet, but I will be taking the lens off of them and probably using them to push into... We're going to need more combat mages in the water because our water magic is not going to be particularly strong, so we will need quite a large number of them. Now that we are changing our sort of plan of attack, we're going to leave the Median front, because as long as we can hold the Ferren Mountains here, then we don't really, like, none of this land here has any thrones. It does have a few gems, and we've obviously got Emozar's capital, which is providing quite a lot of gem income as well. But generally speaking, there's not a huge reason to stay here. So we're going to try and gather up who we can. We've got some fire imps here. Arethius, are you... Right, that's not... Okay. Who can command these devils? I guess the Sun Pontifex can. You can just guard our commander there. And these spear warriors can just join up with... you can join up with our front line here, with Hark. We'll have these... We'll mix up the... have a larger line of Sacreds behind that. Anfar. Yeah, that seems alright. We are going to pull them back though. We're going to pick up our men as we go that retreated from the last battle. Try consolidate our forces and return back to safe ground near Golem Range and push our expansion into the water, because that is where victory lies. And we have quite a large collection of mages here. Aren't doing anything right now. I'm just thinking about what would be best for them. Now we are going to need to start building our army up quite quickly, so we could have them. Right, we have 2 choices. We can either have right. I think we're going to have Jauhar here. He's going to start binding some demon knights. Let me just get him to do that. And these 2 mages here can start, and if we go on our fire, we've got nothing particularly amazing, so I think we'll have them bind devils instead, because we did lose all of our devils in our last attack, so we'll have them bind some more devils. And Dahoma here, I think he was forging various different trinkets that we have need of, but right now I think I'll also have him bind some demon knights, since he has the ability to do that. We have a large force over here, which is gathering up. Okay. Right, which mounted commander? Polypoites. Polypoitos? Tez? Polypoite? He can take all of the demons or devils we have lying around. And we will move them. Oh, we have our sleeper as well. Okay, let's shuffle this around. We'll give our sleeper our devil army. In fact, it might be a good idea to swap the infernal whip onto the sleeper. Have you take a... You don't need a scepter of authority. But we will have our sleeper. He's now got the demon whip. Right, he's already got a golden shield. I'm not sure if that counts as the actual shield of gleaming gold, though. We'll give him the shield of gleaming gold. I don't see anyone else who needs that. Which should give him ore. Did he already have ore? No, he didn't. So we'll give him that. And is there anything else that he really needs? Ah, the Sea King's Goblet. Now that might come in handy. For sure. We're going to need these men to go into the water, and yes, Boagrios does have quite a solid command limit. Oh, and we got our 3 barbarian chieftains as well. That will come in handy. Right, we need to hand out these Sea King goblets. In fact, we're probably going to need some more of them. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more of those. So, let us take, and we'll take Boagrius as well. Right, these men need to push into Lake Fortune. So let's just take a look-see at their scripting. Oh, right, they can't actually move in there because most of them don't have the capability to do so. So we'll have them on patrol. We'll have... Harambe needs to forge more of the Sea King goblets. These 2 mages can in fact just not move and instead forge Sea King goblets as well. We're going to need a lot of them to be able to push into the water. But it won't take very long for us to build up that number, so it's not a problem. I have no other commanders that need orders. So I believe that was it. We have quite a lot of gold spare, so we're training our Paramount Sun Pontifexes there. Golem Range is not currently training any mages. It's training a lot of goblins, which will need to reinforce our army. Salt No Ham needs to go back to training more sacreds. In fact, I think we'll queue up a few... Now, the bows aren't going to be so useful underwater, so we'll queue up some of the elite skirmishers as well. And I think in Mexico we can start building up units as well. I'm thinking some Colossi might be useful. But we can just get so many of the elite skirmishers, we might as well do that. Right, now that's most of our gold spent, but I would like some spare. The Windlord, the Dragon Tamer, the Whispering Legion, Feathered Serpent. I'm not hugely interested in those, but Fishmaster Sog might be useful. Commands 1 man and demands 9 gold. No, I'm not really interested in hiring 1 unit. So, right. I'll take a quick look over at our research. All into blood magic. Now, we will level up to blood magic 7 on our next turn, which means we can actually summon Father Ill-Earth if we have a mage who is of that power level, 4 earth and 3 blood. We can also bind Archdevils, which will be quite useful. Quite useful indeed. So right, we're looking at getting a Father Ill-Earth and an Archdevil. I really want to get some Heliophagi. The Heliophagi are very strong, and they'll be very useful for pushing for our inevitable victory. Now, just looking around all of the units in the coast that we can see, not too scary. In fact, most of them are fairly, I mean, they'll just be walking the park, basically. So, Celius, you have mostly elite skirmishers. Huh. Well, I tell you what we can do with you. We can give you a Seeking Goblet, and you can start moving into the depths now. I think you should be able to take deep sea with no problems. The more underwater land we can capture now, the less we have to worry about later on. Especially if that's our plan of attack. This army should be, with a little bit of rearrangement, we don't need to right now, but we should be able to push into the depths. Which is certainly something we want to do. We just need more Seeking Goblets. The Death Mages would be very useful as well, because obviously the undead have absolutely no problems traversing underwater locations. I think just to be on the safe side, we're going to spend the last bit of our gold just boosting the province defense here, just to bulk it up, to give these wizards a bit of a chaff line, so that they can summon more undead. Which seems good. Right. So yes, we're continuing the campaign. We have redevised our plan of conquest and pushing forward with it. Hopefully, I'm going to give a rough estimate on how long I think this is going to take. So we need about 3 turns or so. We need about a season. So say by end of summer, we should have enough goblets to move most of our armies into the sea. Which means we've got, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Now obviously we need either Solve or where is our prophet actually? Where did I leave him? Is he in this army? I would assume the prophet is actually with Solve. Where has our prophet been killed? Let me check the Hall of Heroes. He should still be in there. Lift Rays, here we go. Yeah, Lift Rays. Where are you, Lift Rays? Also, how does Narek have... I'm not going to ask how Narek has 54 kills, but 56 kills, but I'll just accept that that is a thing. Yeah, I bet you didn't think you'd see an independent commander with 56 kills. Yeah, there you go. Just give him a flambeau and they'll be fine. Right, so where is Lift Rays? He's in Griffer. Is he? No? Right, where is Lift Rays? Now, if only I could remember how to search for heroes. Maybe he's just sort of hanging around somewhere. He's got to be in this army, hasn't he? No? Oh, very strange. Is he in Mexico? No. Brightgate? No. On that note, actually, I'll have, how many men does a Svipdag have? 55 archers, they're not going to be useful underwater. Lift Rays, where art thou? There he is. He is in Griffer's army. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll have Lift Rays move south with our main army in Oak Beach. I think what we want to do is we want Lift Rays to march his way quickly across the kingdom towards Lake Fortune, and we want Solve to move into Green Waters and then lead the main army towards Underhome. I think that's how we'll do that. I imagine if this goes well and we aren't blocked by any particularly powerful forces, we might be able to secure victory by year 8. So about another dozen or so episodes or parts. I mean, this one is going to be 3 parts, but that's only because of the interruptions. Sorry about that again. Right, so another dozen or so. Right. That's a bit of a time frame to give you guys. So I think, as long as I'm not forgetting anything, that should be... I'm just wondering if I want to pull more men together for this final offensive, if you would. We've got plenty of wizards building up here. Bind as many devils and such as we can. No, I think that's fine. Although, mind you, all of these mages over here. Right, yeah. Alright. We will continue to bind. We need to replenish our numbers. So we're going to bind as many demon knights and devils as we can. I'm going to preference binding demon knights over the devils, simply because I don't think flying is going to be particularly useful underwater. But the demon knights should be more than enough, because they are in individual combat they are pretty powerful as far as the devils go. And then Boma and Fumu here, they're very fire focused. Is there any good fire? Dome of flaming? Oh no, I know what that does. No, we won't need that. Right, yes, they can go to bind devils as well. Oh, not forge. Cast ritual spell, bind devil. There we go. Right. As you can see, we have a huge, absolutely ginormous stock of blood slaves. So if we can use those up. On that note, I think I'm going to swap these spearmen out for elite skirmishers, because we need to try and rally as many of the of our strongest melee units. Now, I mean, I should really be getting the Colossi, but well, numbers never hurt. We can always, and we're sort of at the stage where the Colossi can be quite easily replaced with devils and the demon knights. So we'll be trying to do that. Right, I think that should be it. Right, so let's consolidate our forces and be ready to push into the sea. To secure the final thrones for Solve's ascension to Pantocrator. Right, let's end the turn there. So next episode will be early summer. I'd like to say again, I'm very happy to be continuing this series, and if you're enjoying it, please, well, if you did enjoy it, I hope you come back to see where it's going, because it has been a while since I last uploaded. But in future, as I said, I'm very excited for the news that was released about Age of Empires 4. Absolutely adore the series, and because of that, I will be doing another series very shortly in lieu of Age of Empires. But it's not Age of Empires, so, but it is Age of Empires. You'll see what I mean, but I won't spoil it. It's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.